Hello there. I thought I'd pop on today and just try and answer a question that I do get asked. It's an obvious question, therefore that's why I get asked it. What do you do? What does a leadership coach do? You know, how can it help me? How can it help my team? So what I thought I'd do is just pop on and go through what it is. Firstly, why do I do it? What are my aims of being a leadership coach or becoming a leadership coach? Over the years, having an HR background, I have worked with many a manager. I have worked with many a really good manager, and I have worked with some appalling managers. So I knew the impact that a good manager and a bad manager had on the team, and not just the team, on other areas of the organisation. So within my role as HR, I spent a lot of time helping people to try and overcome some of these issues and helping some of these managers to actually understand how they could change things. So hence me becoming a leadership coach, because I know that by helping the managers, it has a massive impact on the organisation as a whole. It's the one role I feel is pivotal to an organisation performing well and not performing very well. So that's my aim. My aim is to help these managers all become good managers, to enable him or her to have good teams so the organisation performs well and everybody feels motivated about coming to work. Okay, so I've just got some notes, so forgive my eyes going down here because I want to ensure I get everything for you. So, becoming a leadership coach, let me give you an example of perhaps a client, a scenario of some of the issues that have come up with some of my clients. So let's take a newish manager, been in the post about 6 months or so, 6 to 12 months, very good at what they do, but never really had to lead a team before. So gets in the role, gets on with work, starts to get very irritated by interruptions from the team, starts to get bogged down by having to do his own work, but is aware that he does need to spend some time with his team. Hence the reason he comes to me. So what happens when he comes to me? Well, what we do is, what we look at initially is, what's the vision of the company? Does the company have an idea of where it wants to go, what it wants to achieve? That's the first thing, because without that, it's like a roadmap. Without that, nobody's really going to know what it is they're meant to be doing or why they're meant to be doing. That's the big thing. People know why they're meant to be doing things, you can overcome a lot. Next, we looked at, how did he himself like to be managed? And I'm saying he because that's the person I have in mind as a he, could quite easily be a woman. But how did he like to be managed? That's a little bit of a thought. And then, did he know how his team liked to be managed? Because everybody quite often likes to be managed in slightly different ways. So we looked at how we could do that, how we could find out how his team needed to be managed. How well did he know his team? Okay, yeah, they may have gone out for drinks, etc. on the odd occasion. He'd actually worked at the organisation for a number of years before being promoted, but this was a different relationship. So how well did he know his team? Simple things like one-to-ones helped with that. Away from the work environment, away from the desks, just getting to know the person a little bit more. 20 minutes every 6 weeks is all it takes. Has a massive impact on performance. And something else which I have to do, it's vital that I do it in my role, and that's listen. Listen to what's being said, to what's not being said by his team, to visually, the body language, etc. that's being portrayed to him. He started to do that. That again had a big impact on the way he responded to his team. And I laugh at this because it's something we all struggle with, time management. He had so much work to do, he didn't know how he was going to get through it. He needed to manage his time better. So therefore we looked at strategies for him helping, because obviously the big one is emails, etc. How he could deal with that. he worked out a way of doing it with his team so that now he deals with certain ones, but he now trusts his team to deal with other ones. They now have that as part of their role to deal with specific areas. And that's the way he's heading with his team. He's getting them to be responsible for specific areas, so therefore they feel empowered to do their job, they feel motivated, and therefore their performance goes up. But I cannot stress enough the importance of vision. Every single member of your team and every single member of the organisation has to know why they're doing what they're doing. How do they fit in? Without that, it doesn't really matter what you do. If people don't understand why they're doing what they're doing, they're going to find it very difficult to understand the rest. So I've now got a manager out there who knows himself. He knows how to manage the team know how to manage him, which is important as well, because he has taught them that. He has taught them how he best responds in the same way that they have taught him how they best respond. So we now have a team that's productive, doesn't chat as much, which was one of his issues, as they used to. They appreciate him and come to him with solutions rather than problems. And everybody now is working to the same end because they all now know what part they play in that organisation. And now he has a team that works really well, and he's got other areas of the organisation looking to his team, wondering what he's done that's different and how can they get some of that. So if this sounds something that you may be interested for your team, or you know a team that might benefit from it, shall we say, I'm happy to have a chat, because each person is an individual, come up with different solutions, but what I will say, biggest impact for any team is communication, and in the form of having one-to-ones, as I say, 20 minutes over a cup of coffee every 6 weeks or so can have a massive impact on your team. Try it and see, and tell me I'm wrong. Okay? So if you want to talk further, please, more than happy to have a chat. Either give me a call, drop me an email, or let's catch up for a cup of coffee. Okay? Thank you very much, and I hope this has helped you somewhat. Thanks. Bye.